Genocide is the first degree, but now it's called American by the land of the free. But we ain't making Get my soul.
Thank you so much. We've always heard about the Gilman. We've never been at the Gilman, even though we've been here since around since 1990, and I com class since 81. But it's great to be here, and thank you for having us, Berkeley, and thank you. And you know, I'm like preaching to the choir here because we're studiers of, if it wasn't for the icon class, there wouldn't be no Aztlan Underground. So thank you to the people who know about the iconoclast, because in 81, 85, we existed, and that's where we, after studying, anarchists like, Emma Goldman and Kropotkin and Bakunin and Flores Magón, they gave us an analysis of the power structure, the centralized power structures. But you and I know together here how important it is for us to come together no matter what color we are, because we're all human beings on this Mother Earth together. And I want to give it up to Jang Lee, Resist and Exist, for organizing this. And for having different styles of resistant music here tonight, because a lot of us, like I know, we always try to do community gigs. For example, we do this thing called the Farce of July. We always try to invite punk bands, punk community, and a lot of them don't show. But we think, is it because there's not all punk bands there? But that's the whole point, for us to interact together and be together as one, and break down. Because in a way, there's musical borders, right? And fuck those borders. Right? And I know what feels good is I know you know what this is about. It's about us together as human beings, about Mother Earth, about liberation for all colors of people, right? And for us as indigenous people, the red, white, black, and yellow are the four sacred colors that encompasses all of us children of Mother Earth. And that's what we're about here. And so this song goes out to the disparate numbers of black lives that are lost. This one's called Black Lives Matter. will return for our humanity as we flourish in the lives lost. I'm the son of war. And evenly together. That's the fire. That's the killer. Black Lives Matter. That's the matter. Black Lives Matter, it's a given fact. Thank you. Thank you. This is from our second release. It's called My Blood is Red. A Spaniard prisoner given a chance to be free as a conquistador finds himself in the so-called New World. Without a Spaniard woman among conquered subjects already perceived as subhuman. He picks and chooses indigenous women. He rapes her and has children. These children do not care for as they're half human. He beats the woman, she refuses his orders. He abuses the children when he wants to, when they get his way. And now 506 years later, he's descended to the ultimate dysfunctionism. A blueprint for colonized. 7 generations cycle realness. Without heads, without an identity, without direction, without a connection. Born from the mother, raised by their father, now lost in a sea of white. He's gonna recover and recognize their identity and connection to these roots. These roots are run deep, deep in the soul of our mother, deep in the soul of our mother, deep in the soul of our mother. Deep in the soul of our mother. Deep in the soul of our mother.
Who am I is the question. Now I look into the sky. Or is the question really why? Where do I fit? Souls have been ripped in half apart. No pulse coming from my heart. I live and yet I'm dead. To live or exist, I cut off my head in shame to my blood and blame bury my head apart. Cause you know it's gone insane. My blood is red. 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 500 años de tu confusión y vives sordo y ciego en una ilusión, pero la culpa no es tuya, es de las culebras, los bravos europeos que robaron a las guerras y siguen controlando. Me llaman ilegal con esto. Recuerda, gringo, nuestras seres nos ha probado. Cada gringo, nuestras seres nos ha probado. Entonces, gringo, tú eres el mojado. Entonces, gringo, tú eres el mojado. Mi sangre es colorada, yo soy humano. Mi sangre es colorada, yo soy humano. My blood is red. 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 Steadfast, oozing from my head, emancipated from my body. It had to be shed, so I put your lights up in the roses of my bed. I cannot seem to escape this color that I bear. So do you know if this will erase my past at long last? It's freedom from myself a shotgun blast. Confusion reigns in my thoughts, my head affecting while my body plots the execution of my thoughts. My head rots, come on, my blood is red, 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 my blood is red. Come on.
This is our last song, and again, we thank you. So, just real quick, we are an anti-colonial band. We have many different indigenous people in this band, from Opata, Apache, Kashkan, Mayo, Comanche, Raramuri, Masawa, but the reason why that's very important is because these lands and the world, like Australia, like New Zealand, Aotearoa, and Hawaii, and Africa, and many other Tibet's territories have been colonized under this idea of white supremacy and colonialism. And a lot of times when we talk about that, people get uncomfortable if you're not indigenous or if you're not a person of color. But really, we're, like I said earlier, we all have to do our part in unraveling what colonialism is and to liberate all the lands. These territories are Ohlone. And so every effort in the original caretakers of this land must be supported, because there's a reason behind that. Because as human beings, we understand how if we don't take care of the earth doesn't take care of us. But this system in power, which is the colonial system, believes in exploiting it, and exploiting animals, exploiting the people, Mother Earth. But without the earth, there is no culture, there is no punk rock music, there is no anything. So that's the bottom line of what we have to break down, the importance of us coming together and being okay with being uncomfortable if you're called out on your privileges, right? Because I'm a cis, hetero, male, although I'm indigenous, I still have privileges over trans people of color, over women, and over LGBTQ, over animals. But I have to check, we have to be okay with check, because we were just in a discussion where being okay with being uncomfortable, like not understanding certain things. But the only way we can get there is through dialogue, and that's what the Zapatistas talk about. And the Zapatistas, you could call them anarchists, but interestingly, if you read, there's a really good author, Jack Weatherford, in the book Indian Givers, he talks about how communism, anarchism, all these liberation kind of ideas were actually, they were inspired by indigenous cultures and societies. So it's interesting. So it wasn't for punk rock, I wouldn't know who I am today. I wouldn't know I was a human being, and I wouldn't have been attracted to anarchism. And then to find out it's part of our culture, and it's part of your culture, and people who believe in a world where many worlds fit. So that being said, we have anger, and we have freaking rage against the system that cages children, separates them fucking the way they do. But it's our love that makes this fucking work important. And this song was fucking banned by a fucking racist state in Arizona. It's called Decolonize. We didn't cross the borders.
The borders crossed us.
Because we're all human beings on the same earth mother. And those are capitalist constructs, imperialist constructs, dividing us. Many cultures and people like Iconoclast did back in the early 80s. We didn't cross the borders.
The borders crossed us.
We didn't cross the borders.
The borders crossed us.
We didn't cross the borders.
The borders crossed us.
Get the fuck out! What is you? Hear the fast! Waves of earth, mother of people! Colonize will not walk out the world! Get the fuck out! Oh! Oh! Get the fuck out! Oh! Thank you.